This is a Screenomatic to show you how to record yourself reading and burn them onto a CD. We're going to go ahead and start by opening up the internet. I use Mozilla Firefox, but if you use Internet Explorer, that's perfectly fine as well. When we go to the internet, if Google isn't already your home page, just type in www.google.com. Here we want to type in the word Audacity, which is the program that we're going to use. And we're going to go ahead and click on this one, audacity.sourceforge.net. There may be some ads and other things that show up. Make sure you're clicking on this one. All right, now we're at the Audacity homepage, and we're going to go ahead and click on Download Audacity 2.0. This is the one that we want for Windows. When you get this message that pops up in this window, save the file, and it's going to go ahead, scan it, and download it. When this is done, we're going to go ahead and close this window. We can actually even close the internet. And here we have the Audacity icon on our desktop. When we double click on it, it's going to come up with a security warning. Hit run. This is an OK program to run. If you have any access or account control things, hit yes. This is something that we do want to run. We're going to go ahead and install the program now. We want English. And now we're in the setup wizard. We're just going to go ahead right through this, hit next, next. Wherever it decides to save to is perfectly fine. Do not modify those settings. Create a desktop icon. That's this. And you're going to want one of those because you'll be doing these, from what I understand, quite frequently. So you may want to have that right there. And then we're going to go ahead, allow it to do, to put it in the C drive, creating a desktop icon, and hitting install. It's a very small program. It's going to download very quickly. And the best part about it, it's free. Now that the program is installed, we're going to go ahead and click next, and then we're going to finish. Now it's going to open up Audacity right away. There is a help menu. There's a lot of great information in here. But for now, we're going to ignore that part. This is your basic recording platform. It's very easy to use. This button means record. If you scroll over it, you actually see it tell me what it's going to do. This button is so you can hear yourself and play back your recording. And this one is the stop. You're not going to use pause because you're going to want to go ahead and continue to read. I'm going to just do a test, so I'm going to hit record. And right now, you can see where I'm speaking. You actually see the waves. Don't worry about any of these things. This is all set perfectly. The settings that you have are just fine, and even the microphone. As long as you see the sound waves pop up, you're good to go. When you're done recording, so you've read the entire book, so I would click this button before you start reading, then read the book, hit stop, and now we're going to export the text. So we're going to hit File. This is the part where we're burning it to a DVD, or I'm sorry, a CD. And we're going to export. Now, the file name, I'm just going to call this Test. I'm going to save it right to my desktop. But if you're doing many of these, you could create a folder on your desktop, maybe just called Books for Valerie. And I would name it each time by the title of the book. So if we were reading Brown Bear, call it Brown Bear. Okay. I want to save it as an MP3 file. That's very important down here. You have a lot of different options. Make sure it's selected, or MP3 file is selected, and hit save. Now, you have a part here where you can tag the CD, and I would also do that. I would call this Brown Bear, if that was the book I was reading. And then I would even put in the year. I would actually put the date. That way we have a recording of when if this was all done. So for 2012. Um, if you want to put an album title, maybe you could put the author's name here. So feel free to use this. This will all pop up on the CD when we put it in to our computer. But since we'll be playing this on a CD player, it really won't matter. It's just a nice record to have. Hit OK. And now we're going to get an error here. Audacity needs a lame encoder. That's what this says to create MP3s. So here's what's going to happen. We are going to get a free copy of lame. We're going to click download. Oop, this screen won't pop up. This one will. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and follow the directions here. So we're going to go to the download page. We're just left clicking on it. There is no cost to this. Okay, this is a poorly designed website. So we're going to scroll down. Okay. We're not going to touch this part here. We're going to go down right here. Lame for Windows. Okay, we can donate. We're not going to do that. Can click. And we want to run, not save. We're going to run this program. Also okay to run this one. I have tried out all of these myself first. And this is actually what we even use at school. Okay, the publisher cannot be verified. Are we sure we want to run it? Yes, we are. We're going to run this file. We need this in order to convert our files to CD. Now, again, I have an account control thing because Corey and I share this computer. If you have anything like this, hit yes. This is okay to run. And now we're in a setup wizard again. We're going to go through this very quickly. Hit next. Let it go right into the C drive. Go ahead and hit install. And very quickly, it is a very, very small little thing that we need here. Finish, and we're done with that. Now we can go back, and I'm going to go ahead and minimize the screen. Okay, this has been downloaded, so I'm going to hit OK. Oops, let's try this again. File, export, file name, we're going to call it test. I'm going to save it. Saved all of our information, and we're going to hit OK. Now it's exporting the entire file. It looks like it finished up on us. We're going to go ahead and double check. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to minimize this screen again. And there on my desktop is test. I'm going to double click it and we're going to let it play. That was me talking just a moment ago, so it worked perfectly. And I would recommend listening to yourself. Make sure you like your recording. It doesn't take long to do it all. As long as it takes to read a picture book is really all the time we need. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and insert a CD minus R into my computer. So what I'm doing is I'm opening up the um, slot to put a disk. I'm sliding the disk in. I'm going to close this so that there's nothing open. And right now it's reading the disk. After it's done reading the disk, I hear it go through a couple of different things. It may pop up right away. It may not. Oh, and here it is. It popped up right away with the part that says burn files to disk. Now, if that happens, all you can do is just click on that. You want to burn files to the disk. Title the disk title the same thing as the book again. So let's pretend we did Brown Bear, Brown Bear. Oh, and it doesn't want to give me a long space to write, so that's fine. I want to burn it like a CD player or with a CD player because it's going to actually go into a CD player. I'm going to hit next. And now I can drag files here to add them to the disk. I'm going to minimize the screen, so I'm going to make it smaller. And all I have to do is just drag my file. Okay, so I'm clicking, I'm holding, and I'm dragging it in, okay, until I get the part where I have the little plus sign, and I'm letting go. Okay, that is a left click drag. The files are written. I'm going to maximize the screen again. Okay, and I have a part here that says burn to disk, and that's all I would do. Now, if that doesn't show up automatically for you, you can go to My Computer, and you're going to have a device with removable storage. You're going to have a spot where the CD is popped up. All you do is double click it, and then you do the same thing. I'm going to pretend this isn't even in here. Click on it, left click, keep holding it. Okay, so I'm still clicking right now. I'm holding it down, and I'm dragging it all the way in and letting go. Now, it's already in there, so I'm going to copy and keep both files. So there's going to be test is going to be in there twice. Okay, maximize the screen. Files are ready. Burn to disk. Okay, title of the disk, leave the recording speed alone. Close the wizard after it's been burned. Hit next. We're going to make an audio CD, okay, for standard audio CD players. Okay, a data CD is for computers and some CD players. Valerie has a CD player in her room, so we're going to leave that one alone and hit next. Oop, it brought up Windows Media Player for me. If it does that for you, just start burn. Not sure why that came up. Right here, 3% is completed. Now, if you didn't see where I saw that, I saw it right down on the bottom of my screen, and my Screen-O-Matic doesn't record that, but there was something flashing, and I knew that I needed to click on it. Now, the burning is going very fast because it's, well, only about a minute long that I'm recording to this CD, and as soon as it's done, we're done. Thanks so much. We really look forward to getting the books, and please let me know if you have any questions. The disc is just about done. Thank you. Oh, now it's done. I thought it had finished up, but it's still initializing everything, and that's fine. Oh, and there we go. Now it's done. Okay. As soon as I saw that screen go away, my disk actually popped open. I can close this. I can pull out my disk. I have it in my hand right now, and if I want to test it, which I would do before you mail it, stick it back in the CD drive, close it up, and just like it popped open when it was a blank CD, it'll pop open when there is a CD with recordings on it as well. It's thinking right now. I can hear it. Oh, and there we go. It popped up and it's playing again. So I know I burned it just fine. And now I'd stick it in the mail and mail it out to Valerie. Thank you again so much. We really appreciate it and can't wait to see the books or to hear the books. I know Valerie will really love it. Thanks again.